Hey, good morning to this new video, still in the Sierras mountain. I just wake up in this beautiful campground. I think it's one of the most beautiful campground I ever camped in my entire life. I didn't walk much yesterday, and so I could enjoy the whole afternoon here. There is a little meadow, and I had a waterfall just for myself. It was crazy. Oh my god, this is the cutest place I ever seen. I just put my towel here. I'm gonna take a very long nap today. And here, this is my private swimming pool. Here, I have a waterfall. My camp is just there. And I'm completely alone. So guess what? I'm gonna swim naked. So today we are actually day 6 on my 10 days of trekking in the Sierra. Last time I left you, I was in Ediza Lake. It was really beautiful and I was like just so tired after an epic climbing on the top of the mountain. So I just went crawling into bed, and when I wake up the next morning, actually my body was so sore. I had so many blisters, and I realized that I lost my safety kit while trekking somewhere in the mountain. So I couldn't patch it all. So I decided during 2 days to take it very easy. I left my camp walking very slow, and thankfully later I found some people who give me some patch for my blisters, so I could have a little bit of relief. But I was still very sore, my shoulders, my back, my legs, everything. So I just walked 8 kilometers the first day, and I went camp in a beautiful lake, Ruby Lake. There I just swim in the lake, chill, do a bit of meditations, reading. It was really nice and very restful. Unfortunately, the sleeping mattress situations, it's still very bad and is even worse now. And yesterday as well, I didn't walk much. I also passed by the same place I passed on my second day, like Thousand Island Lake. So I went very fast and I arrived here in this camp. So today we have a little ascent to do. We are leaving this part of the Sierra to go toward the Yosemite National Park. And this video is gonna be mainly about this area. Also because by entering the Yosemite, I might pass by a little shop and resupply myself and maybe find something to fix this sleeping mattress because it's very painful. All right, gonna drink my coffee and get ready. So here, this is the Donahue Passage. This is where I have to pass to go on the other side of the valley toward Yosemite. It's not a really big pass, it's just 200 meters of elevations, where 300 from my camp actually. So it's not that much, it's gonna be done very fast. So this video starts on the 6th day of my journey. In the first episode, I discovered some of the most beautiful landscape of the Sierra. So if you haven't watched it yet, you might be missing something here. After 2 days of recovering, I found myself today with a lot of energy. Or maybe that's just the caffeine protein bar I just ate earlier. Anyway, I ran down the entire valley, passing through some beautiful meadows and forest. And this feeling of awe was sticking with me now almost all the time. I was feeling this kind of happiness that I could only find here, surrounded by nature. I felt like flying, and at this point, I was feeling like nothing could ever bring me down from this feeling. Alright, so for tonight I just wanted to show you my camp. It's a really cute one. So I have my tent here, and here I have a little campfire. Just earlier I was talking with other camper here, and they told me like 2 days earlier people saw a bear just here on this camp. And I can tell by the marks of claw on the trees that bears might come here eventually. Let's see, if tomorrow I'm still alive, you will see me, or if I've been eaten by a bear, then this video stop here. And probably it will never be published on YouTube anyway, so wish me good luck.
Okay, I just left my camp. It was actually so cold this night and this morning. My fingers are freezing, really. So it was really hard to pack the tent. Oh, and by the way, there were no bears this night, but yesterday before going to sleep, I spotted deer just next to my tent. Just so beautiful. So here I am in Tulio Meadow, and I am in general stores to buy some nuts. I found an avocado. I found a toothbrush because I lost my toothbrush with my safety kit, so it's very important. And I tried to find some dehydrated meal, but they don't have much actually, and it's pretty expensive. This is it. So it's mostly rice, but in terms of calories, that's not the best things. Like the meal that I had before was way more efficient, but I just have like 3 more days, so it's still okay. And the only peanut butter they have is a very huge pot, which is way too much. Look at this. So instead I'm gonna take this Biscoff, which I love. It's quite delicious, but in terms of calories and protein, that's absolutely not the same. And unfortunately, there is nothing to fix my sleeping mattress, and there is no new sleeping mattress. So I guess I will have to sleep on the floor 3 more days. You know, it's kind of weird after spending 7 days in the wild and just washing with water and not using soap. To just wash your hand with soap right now just feels so weird. And I am back on a trail. It actually feels so much better. I was feeling very weird after 7 days in the wild to be back in the society, even though it was just a little shop with people and car. Just, you know, walking on concrete was feeling weird. Using soap was feeling weird. Order a burger. This was really good actually. But now I'm back in and I feel so well better. But it's just for 3 more days. Can't live here forever, right?
It might not appear right now, but coming back from total wilderness to this little shop and those concrete streets kind of roughly brought me back to Earth. Or at least not the Earth I particularly like. And I start to fear that going back to society will completely ruin this little bubble of heaven that I'd start to grow inside me. I've been away from everything for 7 days. No notification, no deadline, no noise. Just mountains, forest, and my own thought. And finding myself back in the wilderness had started to feel less like escaping somewhere and more like coming back to where I really belong. The idea of being separate from it started to create this little wound in my heart. And also this very tiny thought, like a seed in my brain telling me, what if I never come back? It has been kind of my favorite activity since the last 2 days. I just take my sleeping bag out and I put it in an amazing spot. I got my Kindle to read and I just enjoy the silence, the reading. Just so cool, especially in this place. Because look at this, we are in Cathedral Lake and this is where I'm gonna spend the night before heading down to Yosemite Valley. There were so many people a few minutes ago and now there's no one, they're left. It might be 5 p.m. probably, or 6. And now it's so silent. You have no idea, it feels so peaceful. Maybe that's why they call it the cathedral. This silence feels religious, really. I could fall asleep here. I've never been to church, or at least not in a religious way. But I understand that some people come to church to find answers. So I came to Cathedral Lake trying to think about my life, seeking answer myself.
I've always believed that if there was a God, a universe, or whatever you believe created this world, the closest you could be to it would be nature. A perfectly made system where everything is connected and works together. And as far as we drift from it, I want to believe that a part of us is still connected. Maybe we just don't hear it anymore. So like a believer will ask God, I ask the mountains, what am I supposed to do with my life?
I also just checked on my phone, and actually today I done 100 kilometers exactly. Not one more, not one less, exactly today. So pretty proud of me. And with this goal done, I got a well-deserved reward, a soup of lentils, which is delicious, even though I miss a bit of salt. And good morning. Today we are the day 8 of my trek in the Sierra. I feel so great today. I actually slept quite good, even though since 2 days my sleeping mattress is completely broken, completely deflated. But somehow this night I slept quite good. I think my body started to get used to it. Well, I don't say I will make this a lifestyle, but definitively I think I start to become a bit wilder.
Something I definitively didn't see coming was the way my body adapts so easily to this way of living. I was not only becoming feral in my mind, but also in my own body. I could sleep pretty well on the floor now. I could walk for hours without thinking about it. And I could see my skin changing too, with all the problems I used to have slowly disappearing. But as I would discover later, something else had changed without me really realizing it. My senses had become sharper. I could feel the texture of everything around me, the cracks of the wood under my palm, the softness of the water running over my skin. I could distinguish the scents of different wildflowers and the very distinct smell of pine needles warmed by the sunlight. I could even taste the difference between water that came from a lake and water from a stream. Maybe that's what it means to be connected to your environment. Not just seeing it, but actually feeling it. And at this moment, I was feeling very connected to it. So today I almost done 16 kilometers. My legs are like really okay, my feet too are great. It's just my shoulder, like carrying this backpack all over the mountain, even though the weight might be around 14-15 kilo right now, because I have less food than in the beginning. It's still very hard to carry, and my shoulders are very tired. So I don't want to go back to civilizations because I love this place and I love spending time in nature, but I'm also tired, and I won't say no to a really good bed and just be out of this backpack for a few days. Today was also quite very hard. I did 2 ascent and 2 descent. So yeah. This is the camp I found. This is really nice. We're among trees. And it's so good because I'm completely alone. Look at this. And we are on the lake. At this moment, maybe also because I could see the end of this journey coming, my body was starting to reach its limit. I have to admit, I pushed it pretty hard those last few days. But even this lack of comfort couldn't take this idea out of my mind. The idea that this was the real and maybe the only way I could truly see myself living. Here, I had no stress, not a single bad thought, no anxiety, and not even boredom. I was just at peace.
And that was the very last night of this journey, where I was deeply feeling it. So until now, I always went in my tent before the sun goes down. And tonight I decided to stay a little bit and read. And now it's well dark. The fire is still going. And I know it's just my mind is tricky, but I'm hearing sound everywhere in the woods and weird sound. I know it's like probably like squirrels or things like this. But it started to scare the shit out of me because I'm like telling myself some horror story that happened in a wood for the boy that camped alone. I just imagine the worst scenario, and I know it's not the things you might do when you camp alone in a wood. I'm gonna stay a bit by the fire until it goes out, and I'm gonna go crawl into my tent and pray that there is not a serial killer here. Well, see you tomorrow.
Good morning. This is so cold, actually. It's very, very cold. Oh my god. I sleep very well, actually. No murderer this night. Even though, yeah, I sleep on the floor, as you can see. With the mattress. It's completely deflated. Actually, I slept so deep that even if someone came around the tent to try to murder me, or if a bird came to visit me, I couldn't hear anything. So the first things I do as soon as I wake up, which is a little bit annoying, is to go to take my bear canister, which I put at 70 steps away from my camp. The thing is, I have to remember where it is, so it's here. And now I can get a coffee. That feels like the end.
That's actually the only thing that can make me out of bed at the morning. And the goal of today is to find some connections for my phone so I can contact my friend to come to take me at the entrance of the Yosemite National Park tomorrow. I hope that going down the valley I can get a little bit so I can send a message. Because yeah, I have no connections at all since 9 days now, so yeah. I'm not sure if I want this anyway, but I have to. With the thought of getting connected again, I could already feel some of my anxiety coming back. I would have to communicate with people, get flooded by hundreds of notifications, create content for social media. And don't get me wrong, I love doing that. I love creating and sharing what I see. But sometimes social media also come with a lot of rules, expectations and pressure. And I knew I would have to come back to all of that. But what if I disappear, so? I know I can't stay here. My permit and my visa wouldn't allow me to. But what if one day I found my little corner of nature? Somewhere in the world, somewhere I could come back to. I came back from those mountains with new perspective on my life. I still don't know what it will look like, to be honest. And I'm far from having all the answers. But following the wilder way is something I can promise myself to do. Whatever my life will become, it will have to be linked somehow to the wilderness and to a more feral way of living. I don't know where this will lead me yet, but for the first time in a while, I actually want to find out. This is my very last ascent. I'm going to a place called Cloud Rest.
even though there is no cloud and it's bloody hot. Well, I hope you're not afraid of heights. Oh. Yes. That's the best water ever. Actually, I had to go down a little bit more. The stream was starting a little bit earlier on the trail, but there were so many people. I wasn't prepared for this. And I'm right in the camp that I'm going. It's in the Yosemite Valley, so there's also a lot of people. After 10 days spending time alone, I feel a bit overwhelmed by all of that. So I would have to deal with. I want to go back in the woods. I don't want to see people. But well, it is what it is, and this is the end, so I will have to go back to civilizations, I guess. Having a good hot shower and sleep in a very comfortable bed and not on the floor. I went very feral on this adventure. Kind of glad of it. Alright, water's done. Let's go. And I just arrived to the campground. Oh my god, guys, they have proper toilet. It's actually a really nice campground. I was expecting way more crowded, but it's actually kind of quiet. So this is it. It's gonna be for my last night. I just wake up this morning. My friend is waiting for me at the entrance of the Yosemite National Park. So I have to join him. I still have like 7 or 8 kilometers to do. It's not that much. And it's gonna be the last part of this video. And I hope to show you some beautiful footage of the Yosemite National Park. Now we are in the valley. We might see some waterfall. So enjoy the last part of this video. And I'm gonna start walking. As this journey comes to an end, my thoughts go back to the Sierra Nevada and how wonderful this place is. After traveling around the world for 5 years, I can tell you that this place has a very special place in my heart. It's definitely the most beautiful nature I've ever seen. The combinations of those impressive mountains, crystal clear lakes and enchanted forest has turned this place into something magical, leaving me with this deep feeling of awe and astonishment as I witness the grandeur of this mountain range. But walking those 10 days here also made me go through my own introspective journey. I thought about the meaning of life, my purpose on earth. Yeah, I guess all of this is what happens when you put your tiny little self among the vastness of nature. I don't know why, but what I do know is that I feel more connected with myself than ever now. And even if I'm far from having figured out everything out, I feel ready to face the world again. Ready to slowly find my way through life. Knowing that there is a place on earth I can always come back to, if one day I ever feel lost. Alright, finally here. Alright, I'm down the valley in Yosemite at the parking with Jake that just welcomed me with a nice coffee. I really need it. And yeah, after 10 days and walking more than 124 kilometers, I finally made it. and yeah, a bit sad to leave this mountain, but I'm so very happy to find back my comfort space and a warm bed to sleep. And this is the end of this video. I really hope you like it. If you do, please write me a comment. You can give me a follow for the next adventure, and I'm gonna catch you in this next one. Bye. Welcome to Cafe Jaco. Oh my god, amazing. Oh wow. It's not as creamy, but it's so good. A nice coffee. Thank you, Jake. Oh, it's nice. Oh, very strong. I like it. Yeah. Cheers.